my friend who was also doing the zone system with me said, why don't you try it out once? When I tried it, the results were amazing. I said, what the hell am I doing all these years, wasting my time? So I started following that guy and realized that I had to read that book exactly 10 times before I could understand. Not because it is in difficult English, because my mindset was fixed. That's why I told you have a beginner's mindset whenever you want to learn. Otherwise, you are not going to learn. Otherwise, you think, no, I know everything. He is lying, he is wrong. But we don't see from the other person's point of view. So try and get that book, the Zone 6 Workshop, The Fine Print by Fred Picker. That book will teach you exactly what you need to know for fine photography, black and white photography. So let's go ahead now. So we just said that if your shutter speed and apertures are not accurate, and our apertures are not accurate. Have you seen a cine lens? Have you seen a cine lens? There are apertures on it. What are they called?
T-stops.
Why?
Transmission of light.
They are accurate because as the cinematographer changes apertures, you don't want variation in the light. Why can't you use the ordinary lens? Does not that make you think that why is this happening? Why is that so accurate? That means your apertures are not accurate. I can tell you, when I shoot birds, photograph birds, not shoot, photograph birds, I have put it on burst mode, and sometimes I get 15 pictures in aperture priority. And when I check the results, there is a difference in the density between pictures. Why should it come? Because the apertures don't open up to the exact spot. It is going so fast at 20, 30 frames a second. It cannot go mechanically. So we go wrong. Eventually, what happens, all that has to do with our final result. Once the film is properly exposed, so I'll just cut short my talk because I thought in 2 days we were going to talk about black and white, but as Aniket explained that we also do other kind of photography, not just black and white. So we'll change it to tomorrow, and tomorrow you can ask me any question. As I said, except astrophotography, I will answer you. So then we put the film in our developer. Now developing is also an art. How did you all develop, or how do you still develop your roles? In a tray, in a tank, what do you use? Please think. If you develop your roles, if you do not develop, you are not developing. Tank. In a tank. Okay. Most people, at least beginners, develop in a tray. So, in a darkened room with a very small orangish reddish light, you open the film in the dark room, and then this is the tray, so you take it, dip it in like this for the expected amount of time, and then you check with that very dim light. Mind you, your negative is difficult to check in bright light. How the hell are you going to check it correctly in the dim light? If the light is strong, it will expose your film. So it was not a very scientific method of doing. Secondly, remember when I am doing this, just think, the center portion of the film is getting more development than the sides. Plus you are dipping your fingers inside the chemical. Fortunately, black and white chemicals are not poisonous as such. If you want to do that with color films, with color things, you know, you will get what is called chemical poisoning. So this whole process was wrong, but still people are doing it. It gets scratched, whatever, a lot of things happen. So the right way is to do developing in a tank like this. This we have put here just to show. These are, I think, full tanks, but you can get a small one for single film or for 2 films. You have to load the film in total darkness, 100% darkness, not even the red light across. So you must know how to load it properly. It took a little while, Initially we all fumbled. Then you have to put it inside and develop the film at a particular temperature. What is the temperature? 20 degrees Celsius. Do we do that? I do it. Do you do it? No. How will you maintain 20 degrees? And in our weather, so my background is I am from the air conditioning line. Okay, I worked in Voltas for 31 years. I had built my own air conditioner and I had built a refrigeration system for development, which I finally gave it. So when I didn't have that, I used to have a big tray, broad, tall tray, big one, fill it up with water, put ice inside, bring the temperature to 21 degrees, or sorry, 19 degrees, then put the tank inside with the film loaded and the chemical inside, and then keep monitoring it. If the temperature rose, put one more cube of ice and move the thing. It wasn't scientific, but it was close to 20. But it was remaining just little bit plus and minus here and there. And since the film is developed, say, for 8 or 10 minutes, I could manage it. But with the refrigeration system, I didn't have to bother about anything. It would maintain on its own. Now, if you do not develop your film at 20 degrees, you do not get optimum results. You can develop it at room temperature. This was called time and temperature method. Depending on the temperature, your time, if it is warmer, your time would reduce. If it is 20 degrees, time would be certainly more. And the time recommended on the film carton or in the leaflet inside was for 20 degrees Celsius. But people just developed it. Even I know shops also developed it like that. Because they had no idea, they were not bothered. Who will find out whether I have developed it at 20 degrees or 25 degrees? By their experience, they would say, okay, film तो आ गया ना बराबर. If we have not come, तुमने बराबर exposure किधर किया? Nobody in this world wants to accept his mistake. And the shops make so many mistakes. I tell you a funny incident. Years back, members of the photographic society, we had been to Basin Fort. You know Basin, Basai. And that time there was a lot of competition between members. So it was a Sunday outing. So by next Friday we should have a prints ready to show in the thing that, oh, see, my picture is here, so good, yours is not so good, all that kind of thing. So at one time, what one guy did was, after he finished the roll, he took a Tonga, there is a Goda Gari wala, because taxis are not there, and he went back to town, gave the roll, 2 rolls rather he gave, and came back. So thinking on the way back, he'll be able to take the prints. So when he came back, he says, "Sahab, आपने film तो बराबर expose किया ही नहीं है." What? He said, "How come you? Film तो आपका blank है." He showed the film. That guy was so upset, so upset. He was telling me, now what should I do? I made a mistake. I said, let me see the film. And I told the shopkeeper, ये आपकी गलती है, आपकी गलती नहीं है. तो आपको कैसा खबर पड़े? आपकी गलती है. तो अच्छे लोग मैं पहले पुलिस को बुला रहा हूँ, बाद में मैं देखता हूँ, तो आपकी गलती है क्या मेरी गलती है? See, an exposed film or a film that is not even exposed, it is just taken and developed without putting it in the camera. There will be no image, correct? But when it says Kodak, Kodak, Kodak or Ilford on the sides, that will come out, that will print, that will show. Because that is embossed during manufacturing of the film. I said, you put it in the fixer first, because that is not there. Now tell me. I said, "Saab, हमारा गलती हो गया. गलती हो गया." Now I am calling the police because you were threatening that guy and telling him that his exposure was not correct and all those kinds of things. So that guy gave 12 rolls as compensation. 12 rolls. ऐसा नाप करो सब, से jump करो अभी. So that's how we got it. So if you know your stuff, you will be able to catch. If you develop, instead of the developer, if you put fixer first, then that Kodak or company's name will not show. You just be blamed. And I have, for experiments, I have developed the film at 20 degrees, at 18 degrees, and at room temperature. All the things are different. The best is at 20 degrees. When you are printing your pictures, remember, at least in those days, there are 5 grades of paper, depending on the contrast. Extra soft, medium, hard, and extra hard. So depending on the contrast of your negative, you have to select the correct printing paper. If you don't do that, pictures will look very hard or they will be lacking in contrast. There was also another paper called fluorobromide, which was made by Kodak. It was an amazing paper, warm tone paper, but unfortunately it was not available easily in our country. So even while printing, your solution has to remain at 20 degrees Celsius if you want accurate. And of course, it goes much beyond that. I was hoping that someday, if we have the films, I can demonstrate, but I have not developed the role ever since digital started. Let me make that clear. But fortunately, I know since I used to teach from 1975, and major thing was developing film and printing and all, which I was teach at Photography Society and at St. Xavier's College and also in Shahi Academy. Okay. So basically this is the thing that first your exposure has to be on the dot. And for that your shutter speeds and apertures must be accurate. Your film ISO should be correct. If you use wrong ISO, then gone. And your metering technique has to be perfect. Anything less, you are not going to get the optimum result from your. Any question on this?